All right. Welcome to Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast. There is no intro music tonight, unfortunately, but I am Willie Tiny. We got Will the Thrill and our very special guest host tonight, Will Veronica Kane. How are you almost doing tonight?
It's great to be here.
And our guest tonight is the beautiful, she's hardcore champion, Angel Metro. Angel, how are you doing?
Hi, doing fine. Thanks for having me.
The champ is here. The champ is
It's been a
here.
long time coming.
Where's that belt at?
So,
In the
Yeah,
other
where's the
room, I
belt?
have to run and grab it.
Oh man.
ah,
It's been making its rounds. People have been wanting to see it, so it's been traveling a lot.
It's so pretty too.
Yeah,
so.
it's so big too. Everyone's
It
like,
is
"This is like
pretty.
really heavy." Like, yeah.
It is a beautiful belt. Definitely gotta say.
so where were you born and raised, Angel?
Me? Born and raised.
Yes, it's all about you.
Okay. It's just a random thing to kick off with. San Francisco, California.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
I'm a
three of
Bay
us have
Area
been
girl
from
too, San
California.
Jose.
Oh, it's awesome.
Los Angeles right here.
What? Kelly in the house?
That's what I said. Three of us are from Cali. That's cool.
Mm.
That's wild. And he's all made it here into the East Coast.
Yeah, it
That's
happens.
crazy. Where did your wrestling career start? And how long have you been wrestling, Angel?
Where did my wrestling career start? Um, I mean, I went to BWC, which is Jimmy Valiant's school, which is in Virginia. So, in Virginia, and I started training February 2022. So that's about 3.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You come a long way.
Yeah. That's why I'm
Yeah.
actually shocked you said that. I was thinking like you were training longer, like further long ago, because seeing like the matches recently and your journey and story, man, like you're you ca- you came a long way, and it's showing that you paid attention.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to stay busy, I guess.
Veronica, you
Shit,
got
is
the
it
next
me
question?
already?
Yes.
Sorry. So along that line, so 3.5 years ago, who I guess once you finally got to get in the ring, who was your first official opponent?
One of my trainers. I mean, school match. So,
Okay.
yeah, I wrestled my trainers a lot, obviously in the beginning. So it was mostly just people at school for a while.
What about like I would say then like outside of that?
Yeah,
like,
so my
kind of
first
memorable.
non-school, like outside for an actual promotion, all that opponent was Riley Crow, who's my tag partner now.
Oh
So,
wow, okay.
yeah, she was my first opponent.
Okay, that kind of explains why you guys like, have
Yeah.
that bond.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, I got lucky to have her as a first opponent. Sorry, the camera's doing like weird things. It's like bugging out on me.
Yeah, it is. Before getting into wrestling, you started singing and performing techno music. How was that
Um,
experience? And do you still sing?
Yeah, it wasn't techno. It was more like originally I had a band and that was gothic rock, and then my solo stuff was more like kind of dark synth pop stuff. So a lot of dance music and things like that. So not quite techno though. Synth pop for sure.
Are you still singing?
No, not really. I mean, as far as like being in the studio and stuff, I'm not doing any of that. Basically everything is just put towards wrestling, which is, I guess, kind of strange, considering like how long I did music and like how much music was a part of my life. But it doesn't feel weird to me, honestly. Like my transition like through life in that regard and where I am in wrestling and all that feels very natural to me. But I noticed that when I tell people that, it's a bit odd, I think, for them. So yeah, how you can stop something and then switch. But I don't know. It felt natural to me. So yeah, not doing anything with music anymore. I think since I started wrestling, I released like one song that I had like in the works, like in the studio, like before I started training and stuff. And I just wanted to get it out kind of just to, I don't want to say get it off my plate, but just to kind of close that chapter. That was like the last one that was kind of like waiting. So yeah.
Do you miss
And I
it?
know for
Do I miss
Like,
it?
do you miss singing? Yeah, or do you still sing? Just more of on your own accord than with the band or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess I do miss certain parts of it. Some of that I can kind of get similarly through wrestling as far as the performance goes. It was definitely I feel like a different vibe with like music and wrestling. I feel like maybe there's a little bit more respect in music than in wrestling with musicians and one another. Not a huge amount, but like a bit more. Like it is a different culture. Um, but I'm not like dissatisfied with not doing it or having any like regrets or like, oh, I wish I could just like, I don't have any of that feeling. Like if I never released another album, and this sounds really weird to say, but it's like if I never released another album like ever, it wouldn't bother me at all, honestly. Which yeah, I that's like weird, but it's true. Like I honestly don't have any like hangups or anything with music or things I wish I would have done. So
and I know for a fact you can find your music on Spotify.
yeah, I
Anywhere
don't
else?
even know if it's still on there, honestly. Like I let my whole
It's on there.
distribution like thing like lapse and everything. I just like I don't know, it was just time to let go. And when I let things go, I let them go. So I just kind of was like, all right, that's done.
Okay. Question:
Yes.
what is the Riot Act?
The Riot Act.
The Riot Act.
So the Riot Act is a tag team, but now we're, I guess, a trio faction. But it's me and Riley Crow and Nahir Robles. And yeah, we're just kind of similarly minded workers, wrestlers, and came together to kind of I I don't exactly know how to explain it. So as I mentioned before, Riley was my first opponent like outside of school. And I had noticed that the way that I was being treated and the way that she was being treated was pretty different. And she was really cool to me. She respected my opinion even though I was so new. Like she asked me and like cared about like what I had to say, my ideas and stuff, which was really nice just to like have that consideration from one person to another. Because you don't get that all the time in wrestling. And anyways, I felt like she wasn't getting the appreciation that she deserved, considering how much she worked her ass off and like in wrestling and had. So that, I think it was literally that night after our match, I told her, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to make a tag team of us one day. Like, one day you and I are going to be tag partners. And yeah, eventually the Riot Act came into fruition. And it's basically kind of the spirit of it is just knocking down walls that people, and especially because the one thing we all have in common is being women, but that people have in wrestling. You know, there's a lot of, still to this day, there's still a lot of glass ceilings and a lot of stereotypes and a lot of misogyny and a lot of just like bullshit. You know, it's just a lot of bullshit. And I would say out of everyone, I probably was the one that would take the most shit. Like, I had probably a little bit more patience. That's definitely changed since then. But it, you know, you know, there's the phrase "read 'em the riot act," right? Which is like where you tear someone up and down verbally. But the riot act was actually like an official proclamation that they would announce during protests, like way back when. I think it was still under British rule. I think it was either early America or British rule when they would have this. And basically what it would do was like, you know, they would read out the proclamation saying more or less, yo, stop with the protesting, or in an hour, like, we're going to send the police and things are going to pop off. Like, so it was basically like an hour warning. And then I really liked that name in and of itself, just because it was kind of like bred in the spirit of defiance. And with the phrase, it's kind of in the spirit of just like having an attitude and talking back and like being done taking people's shit. And then also, you know, having the word riot in it, it was kind of a nod to the Riot Girl movement that happened in the 90s, which was very much a feminist, like, forward-thinking activist movement, but, you know, heavily based in music. So, which is why we come out to like Bikini Kill, Rebel Girl, and like all of that. So it was a nod to that too.
Yeah, to kick Jimmy Controversy's ass.
Yeah.
I love that. That's actually really cool. So, so then outside of your girl there, because I think if I ask you in the ring, I guess probably maybe more as an opponent, who would you say that you have like a strong or the strongest in-ring chemistry with? Maybe somebody you've worked with a few times, or somebody that just really stood out?
That's a good question.
Anyone that kind of like surprised you, or you know, you didn't expect it to go the way it did, or?
Yeah, you know, nothing comes to, I'm sure there are, but like things like that, I don't know. I just don't like keep in my head, like as for like an automatic answer. I just don't think about very much. Like, I'll remember if I had like good chemistry with someone or not, like for future matches, but I just don't really focus on it a lot as far as like that in depth. So I've never really been like, oh, I had such great chemistry with, you know, X, Y, and Z. I mean, and I don't even know, like, I can see from my perspective and then the fans' perspective, it can be two different like opinions. So there's also that. But
Sure.
I mean, the Ring 13 tournament was cool because you know, Tarzan's awesome. He can do anything in the ring. Like, he's just incredible. And I really wanted to be able to wrestle. So I was like, I
get a little wrestling
tournament
in with your death match.
Yeah, and he was the perfect person for that. You know, he's so skilled in the lucha and the high flying and everything. He does everything. And it was actually funny because we didn't know there was a stipulation for our match until like right before things were going to kick off. And there was a bunch of light tubes like being put up all over the ring and like everywhere. And I was like, guys, we're actually going to, like, you got to take all this down. All this has to go. Like, we can't hit the ropes. We can't do anything with all this in here. So we got to take all this down. So that was really funny. Yeah, but that was cool. That was cool. You know, it was hot as hell that day. And
yeah.
Tarzan definitely pushed me a little bit. But it was really dope. And then like the Bev was just cool because it's the Bev,
Yeah.
and
He said, I remember him saying that he wanted to.
Wanted to wrestle me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. There's, he's been bits and pieces throughout my history in wrestling and stuff too. So, yeah, I mean, that was really cool. It's, I feel like both of those, like, were solid for me. Like, I was happy with it. I'm trying to think of who else. It's so funny. I like don't keep these things in my head. You think I would for interviews, but like it's not really something I think about very much.
You know what? I'm kind of like that too. People ask me questions where like, who's your favorite or what was your favorite? And
yeah,
I feel like I have so many favorites. Like everything is so different. Experiences are just different. So yeah, I get
definitely. Oh, I really like the Nomi. We did a fatal 4-way recently, and she was really fun. So that's definitely someone I'd like to work against in the future. Oh, the Goons. I just worked with the Goons for the first time, and they were like really dope. I had a great time. So yeah, they were awesome as well.
it. Cool. Cool.
I think we have some questions too, Will, in the fan comments. Like I think that's right.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah.
Cool.
So,
They can wait.
your thoughts on
We've
Low
seen the
Life
guy.
Louie?
I'll answer
Your
those.
thoughts on Low Life Louie and your match with him at XPW? Are you saved?
My thoughts on it? Sorry, his thing's getting frozen, so.
Yes, your thoughts on it.
I mean, I thought it was a really fun, awesome match. Louis is a great guy. He's been in this business forever, and outside of the ring, he's a really awesome, solid, he's very sweet. And so, yeah, I mean, it was a really good time. I felt like it was kind of crazy and wild and had a little bit of comedy in it, which is definitely like his style and, can be my style too, depending on what mood I'm in. So, yeah, I think for some people it was kind of a little bit of a turning point, just because I think some people maybe that was the first time they had seen me in like a hardcore death match like that. And I think it was surprising. They didn't really know what to expect. And so it was a little surprising. There's a little backlash from it. Some people don't like seeing people like me doing deathmatch. It makes them very, I don't know, angry, I guess. Like, I kind of get it, but not really. Like, I couldn't imagine getting that angry over something like that, especially when someone's like willing and like happy to do it.
Yeah.
So there was that. I also think that maybe the way that I see it might be different seeing someone else. I'm not really sure, but like the way that I see myself, like watching things back or like clips I get tagged in or whatever, is different from how everyone else sees me. And so I think that also plays a role into it where I'm just like watching it, it's not a big deal. Like, I see, a gusset plate in my head or, Louis using I can't remember if it was his knife or what he had, on me and, carving
Probably
me up.
sport, Abby.
His sport.
Yeah. I don't know that he had his fork for our match. I don't think I think it was like not a dowel. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember because one of the guys that were like commenting saying it was fake because it was a pen that was like spraying out red ink as he's like carving my forehead. I was like, oh wow, like I've never heard that before, but that's okay. Yeah, so I mean, I get that it bothers people, but there are parts of wrestling that I don't necessarily but I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, I hate this. Intergender wrestling should be banned. This is like all this shit. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but as far as my opinion on it, it was really fun. I learned a lot from Louis. He's awesome to work with. He was a sweetheart. That was my first time. I'm pretty sure that was my first time going over on a death match. Like, it was my first victory, my first win against a
Very cool.
seasoned deathmatch wrestler. So yeah, no, it was really cool. It was a little emotional too. So yeah. But overall, good time. Louis great.
It was a great
Sorry,
match.
guys.
Like we
Yeah, it
talked
was.
about it before.
You
on
know,
this
you know
show.
what I noticed that day? Actually, I'm not sure if you're aware, Angel, that like that crowd was, a lot of them weren't really big deathmatch fans. They were friends of like the property owner.
Mm-hmm.
So they had been to, I think, like the show we had done there before around Halloween time, the Bloodlust show.
Uh-huh.
And I think like a bunch of those guys had fun. I don't think they were like had really had a lot of experience going to deathmatch shows, but
Sure.
I think Bloodlust kind of turned them on. They were like, this is fun. Like we go to this spot and we see these, people do this crazy stuff. And they told two friends and told two friends. And then the crowd like grew from there. And during your match with Louis, I feel like they almost didn't know quite how to respond. I feel like they were quieter than they should have been, like in the, first few minutes of the match. And when Louis drug your bloody face over to like over here, like drug you over to the ropes and like showed them,
Right.
they freaking lost their minds. Like that was when they invested in that match. They were like, it's funny because I think you're right in a sense that like sometimes people do get like feel some kind of way about intergender or I mean just frankly about like a pretty girl like getting cut up but also obviously for that crowd that's not what it was. Like for that crowd they were like, what the heck, like if they thought it was fake like at any point at that point they knew it was not.
Right.
And they popped like crazy and then they were just invested in that match after that. Like they definitely were enjoying it.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. Like, and especially like on that card, like I'm the only person that looks like me on that card, so like I get it. Like I understand. And you don't see a ton of people like me, like that look like me doing it. And yeah, it can be very like, I don't know how to respond to this as a fan, and it's kind of weird for me to be like, I look out of place for a deathmatch. For me, like internally, that sounds like ridiculous, but externally, I could see that, especially for the casual fans. I could see how that would be. I mean, God, look at Toni Storm's match. When she had the match with Mariah May and the Taipei and like all of this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, and everyone's like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was so great.
Out, they're just like they don't know what to do, and so
yeah,
I get it. Yeah, I understand.
All right. So we go from talking about a Hall of Famer. Now I would like your thoughts on your first death match tournament at the, I would say, famous Wicked 13. Your experience, and are you ready for another death match tournament?
Yeah, I was really excited. I know that in the beginning when it was announced, not many people quite knew yet what to expect because it was a new tournament. But when I booked it, I took it very seriously from the beginning because I knew a few of the other opponents that were going to be booked onto that tournament. And it was very important for me to be at my best and to show that I could hang, with these people who I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for their careers. I just really admire. And so I wanted to make sure that I measured up and I did everything that I could to prepare for it. And I did take it very seriously. You know, I didn't know, obviously, when I booked it, who I would be facing opening round. But as the list came out, more and more and more announcements, it's like, okay, like, you know, there's a good chance that I'm going to have someone that's like a really good fucking wrestler. Like, there's a good chance of that happening. So, yeah, I fired up on all fronts. I stopped taking bookings. I think there was like a 4 or 6 week time period that I only had like 1 or 2 shows intentionally because I wanted to get back into the gym. I wanted to go to my school and train and, you know, pick up a few things, like try a few things. And yeah, I was just really focusing on myself at that point.
That was very smart. Very smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, I know that everyone approaches wrestling differently, and it's silly and it's fun a lot of the time, and it is for me too, like, absolutely. And you know, I know with the chaos of like not knowing where the venue was, and then, you know, having it in someone's backyard, which I thought was awesome. Like, I loved it, but I understand that some people may think whatever. But to me, it didn't matter because to me, this was my first deathmatch tournament. And that was very significant for me just to get to that point. Like, I don't even think I could describe like how powerful, how significant that was for me. And then of course the people that were on the card too. Like, I didn't want to disrespect them by showing up and half-assing something and making it look like shit or whatever, you know, like, I didn't want to be the person, like, if anyone was going to do it, it wasn't going to be me. I didn't want that to happen, you know, and I wanted to see how far I could push myself and how far I could go, because you never know till you do it. But yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. I was really happy with it all. Other than the heat, which none of us could control, it was just really fun. It was fun to see people that I hadn't seen in a minute. And I felt like the work I put in and everything paid off. Like, I used to like vape. I stopped vaping just to like help my cardio a little bit and stuff. Like, I really did take it like very seriously. And yeah, so I'm happy with it. As far as another tournament, I mean, yeah, I'm down. You know, I'm not actively like hunting down like, oh, like, let me this and that and that and that and that right now. Just because where I'm at, like,
Whatever may come your way.
yeah, whatever may come my way, because I'm really trying to focus on myself right now. And I feel like every time a wrestler is able to take some time to like do that, it makes them a better wrestler too. Because at the end of the day, you know, everything we do comes from emotion. Like, everything that motivates us, moves us, tells a story comes from emotion. So it's very important to have that in alignment. So yeah, I'm down though. Hey, I mean, you know, I ain't dead yet. In the words of Richard Pryor, I ain't dead yet. So there's a tournament that comes my way, I'm definitely, you know, I'm gonna hit it up.
Well, eventually, I think a tournament is going to come your way. I think it's already, you know, in the works. It's just, it's going to come together slowly.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that, you know, everybody approaches wrestling differently. And, you know, like, I noticed you caught my eye. I mean, you're eye catching as it is, but like, you caught my eye several times at different shows. Like, you're like that level of dedication and that looking at it from, you know, not just like, wow, you're really professional, but also like I mean, I think it's probably the artist part of you is that like, you want to present, you know, the best you that you can, and that, you know, provide, like, people are coming there to see you and you're not going to half-ass it. So you're going to provide them with, you know, the most amazing product and most amazing experience so they can walk away from, you know, remembering your name. And so, you know, obviously, like, as when I was kind of getting, you know, back in around, and I came up with this whole She's Hardcore, you know, concept, and recognizing that that kind of came out of when I first was around deathmatch wrestling. There weren't really female deathmatch wrestlers.
Right.
So when I came back around and saw all of these like really cool like women just out there just like going crazy, and it just was so exciting for me. It made me so happy. Because my joke is like they used to make us valets do it, like, well, just go over there and go through that table. Okay. We weren't really trained. And so it was cool to see like where those original like kind of extreme valets, like what came out of that was more women got interested in it, more women started training seriously, more women started becoming taken seriously for it. Mickey Knuckles has been doing it for how long.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was like, I just really want to like, if I could leave any kind of mark, it would be to like shine a spotlight on these like tough chicks that are like getting out there doing what I do. If I was, if I was 20, 30 years younger, like when I popped up, right now, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go train and try to do this, but
Right.
I know that's not my role. But I'm excited because I feel like, I do have something to contribute. And obviously at Wicked 13, and talking about it and talking about who you worked and, how those matches were and how, insane it was and the dedication that you put in and everything, like it made sense to me to just make you like the custodian, the ambassador, if you will, of the She's Hardcore Championship, of that title. And that, then I kind of came up with this thought of like, well, Angel reps everything I can imagine, like embodies this brand and this title. So, if anyone can represent it for us right now, like it's you. And, now my mission going forward is to provide you with the absolute best women doing this, today. So there is a tournament coming Angel Metro's way at some point here. It's just a matter of getting these qualifying matches put together all over the U.S. And then bringing the finalists together to vie for that title and give you a run for your money, run for your title. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know. How did you take that? How when I popped in the ring with that fancy green belt at Wicked 13, what was going through your head? You had just been through hell like twice.
Yeah. I think it was just gratitude. I take every time I win a championship belt. I think that was my fifth. I think that was the fifth belt I had won in my career, and or bestowed, carried. And,
you earned it. You earned it.
Yeah, it's just gratitude. It's very surreal for me. I put in the work, and I knew when I started, I was determined no matter what to do this. And I don't know how many other people believed that, but I did, so it didn't matter. But it is still surreal to me anytime I get any kind of recognition, even just, my opponent who's a vet putting me over after the match if I've done a good job. Like, and I've wrestled people that were on WWE and AEW and all of that, and it's really cool. All kinds of promotions, it's really cool. But for me, having any kind of recognition in deathmatch or hardcore just hits so hard for me because I just want to do a good job. So
you deserve it.
You deserve it.
Yeah, just gratitude. Happy that the crowd was happy. That's why I'm there, is to make them, whether they're cheering for me, booing for me, like crying for me, whatever it is. Like my goal as a wrestler is to make people feel.
Yeah.
And I hope to make them think too. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
And you fought 2 men. You literally just fought 2 men.
Yes.
Yeah. I know, and 2 badass men too, so that was pretty cool. I'm glad.
Unlike the one that didn't show up.
Huh?
Unlike the one that was too chicken to show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
My next question is actually for Veronica Kane. Is there anything you want to add to awarding Angel with the She's Hardcore title?
No, I mean, I think I've kind of explained my take on it. It's just that this is something that I've seen a long time coming. It's just one of those things that just like was in my heart that I felt like if there's something that I could contribute, it's to help shine a light. And I couldn't think of a better way, better direction to shine it than on Angel. So I'm really proud of her and what she's doing, and I'm proud of what the ladies are doing. And I'm really excited to see where she's going to take this. And like, I feel like I've seen her in a lot of, probably because it's Deathmatch. I see you in a lot more, intergender matches than I really do see you matched up with women in Deathmatch. So I'm excited to see you on par with, some of the tough broads that, are out there all over the country doing this. And, maybe it's just for my own personal viewing pleasure. Okay. It's always intergender. Like, let's get some, tough girl on tough girl action. Not like that.
Everybody loves girl on girl action. Why not?
Yeah, no, it's cool to see them slugging it out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take it. Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead, Will.
All right, Angel. All right, I lost my train of thought. Then I spaced out for a moment. So
Okay.
All right, you worked multiple promotions and you shared the ring with some big names. Can you care to say who?
Like big names?
Well, yeah, some of the big names you said, because you mentioned AEW, WWE.
Yeah.
You
I wish I
were in
could
the ring with
remember
some
a lot of
big
their
names.
names.
That's cute. That's cute.
I hate to say that, but like, I just really love the hardcore and deathmatch. So when it comes to wrestling, unless they're my friend, that's kind of where my brain is. Like, even at, I had a match against one of my tag partners, Nahir, at a baseball stadium, and we're in the locker room, and I'm watching, or I glance over, and one of the guys are watching something on his phone, and it was Mox and Hangman, and I was just like, I was like, everything else did not matter. I was just like watching that. I was like, this is an awesome match. Like, this fucking rules. Like, and so I don't know what it is. I just really, I love all wrestling. I really do. And there have been a lot of amazing people. My brain doesn't keep that information. And, for me, I had watched wrestling as a kid, but then I had gotten out of it for a long time. And so coming back to it, there was a whole, like, I missed most of the Ruthless Aggression era and like everything after that. I watched Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression era. So a lot of the people I hadn't seen or hadn't watched during that time, or I don't watch a ton of AEW or WWE right now. I'll catch certain matches. Some certain matches will, catch my attention, but I'm not like a regular weekly watcher like I was as a kid. So, yeah, I feel like a dick, but I don't remember people's names.
Don't you have defeats over Zeta Steel? WWE ID.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, and she's awesome. Zeta was cool. Again, I don't. I just my memory sucks. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Did you tag with Ricky Shane Page? RSP?
Yes, that happened too.
Yeah.
That was my first. Y'all remember better than me. You just tell them. I'll just kick back and confirm or deny if that happened. Yeah.
Vicious Vicky.
Yeah, I've wrestled her a number of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody did their research.
I'm glad
Yeah.
because it's not very reliable filing system.
So, coming up, going forward, do you have anything, anything you want to plug, like an upcoming show, upcoming match, some form that you generate income through that we can direct fans towards because we got to get paid out there. Plug away if you got plugs, girl.
Yeah, so I have Smash Masters anniversary show this Sunday.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm doing something with my school for my head trainer, Jimmy Valiant. It's his 83rd or 84th birthday. So I wanted to come to that. The following week, I'll be at Neo Pro Wrestling. I'm wrestling Megan Myers. That's a place I've wrestled like people like I've like Jessica Havoc, Kylie Page. There's been a number of people that are, have
There
been
we go. A place to jog your memory.
Yep.
So yeah, I love Neo Pro. They're awesome. So yeah, I had that. Anything after that. So I just remember the next couple weeks, and then
any merch. Anywhere you can buy merch.
So I do my merch system a little bit differently. I have my big cartel store, which is angelmetro.bigcartel.com or whatever, however they systemize that. But
send me the link and I'll post it.
Okay, cool. But I do it differently, so I don't always have merch in there. Like I have trading cards that are in there right now consistently because I have a good amount of them. But I do I'll make a t-shirt design, or if a fan did really cool fan art, I'll make a t-shirt out of it, but I'll only post it for a week or two and then it's gone. So I do it in, I don't want to say sporadically, but it's just limited time when you can get a design or not. Sometimes I'll bring back something if people really liked it and didn't get a chance to get it, but generally speaking, you can only get it while it's up, and then I just pull it. It's a lot easier for me that way. Trying to keep track of a bunch of different designs and get things shipped out and all of that. I could be wherever on the road, and then if I get a bunch of merch orders in, which is really cool, it's awesome to get that, but I don't want to disappoint the fans by being I can't even get to this until X, Y, and Z time. You know what I mean? It just makes it easier on me. But I have a Patreon page, patreon.com/angelmetro-wrestling, and you can sign up to be a patron there. I have different perks behind the scenes, things that I do and stuff like that. So that's probably the best way to, I guess, contribute to Angel Metro. Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Okay, Angel. And hey, Willie Tiny, I got a question for you too. Did we ever ask Will Veronica this too? All right, so let me start off with our main guest before I hit the honorary special guest. Angel.
Yes.
Past, present, future. Your dream opponent, dream situation, dream stipulation, and who's going over. The floor is yours, my dear.
Past, present, future? Are you talking about the
In other
era
words,
of wrestler?
in other words, if they passed or anything like that, your dream situation, your dream matchup.
I was like, cool. I'm glad you specified. I feel like I answered this with you guys before. I think I just like I didn't have like a specific match plan, so I just like went through like what wrestler I would want to wrestle and then like what stipulation match I would want to wrestle. And I think last time it ended up being like Eddie Guerrero in an Inferno match, which is such a like random matchup, but I would have totally done. Past, present, future. I mean, to keep it very simply, like I would like to at some point wrestle the Bev again, and once I've grown more as a wrestler, like I really want to stick it to him. You know what I mean? I've been working on this for years. Like I want to fucking, other than like the 30 seconds where I did find my moment, like I want to be able to, that will tell me a lot about myself. The way that I gauge things and the way that other wrestlers gauge things and fans gauge things is very different. So, yeah, that would probably be the simplest one. As far as the stipulation for it, I mean, I don't know if there's like a specific death match. Like, I mean, I really want to use a barbed wire trampoline at some point. I haven't gotten to.
That would be awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah,
like, I really want to do that. There's a couple of like sketches of deathmatch weapons that I've never seen built that I've kind of wanted to try, even though they're gonna suck. Like, I want to try building them at some point. But yeah, again, I wish I was better at being a wrestler when it comes to interviews, because like these questions, I get them all the time and I never really have an answer. My brain just doesn't think that way. Like I don't focus so much on that stuff. But I mean, there are a lot of cool people. I don't have a dream match, but there are a lot of cool people that I would totally wrestle. So yeah, sorry guys.
Respect though, respect.
So we got a couple questions from the fans.
Cool.
What made you want to be a wrestler? From Mike Stack.
Oh, hey, Mike Stack.
Hey, Mikey.
I guess when I boil it down without telling like a very drawn out story, there are very few. See if I can convey this properly this time. Every time I've tried to say this, it sounds strange. There are a few times, like very few times in life, where you'll reach a crossroads in life and you'll get like a gut feeling that you're supposed to do something. And even though it could be insane to everyone else, that you need to, even if it's insane to you, that this is what you need to do. And that's just what happened with wrestling. Once the idea was put into my head based on what I was going through at the time, I just knew that I needed to do it. And no matter what, like I had to. And I don't really exactly know. I know why I had my personal reasons, like what my personal goals were, like what I was striving for in wrestling. I haven't quite figured out the grand scheme, like why the universe wants me in wrestling yet. Hopefully it's good and not like just burning down everything. Although, we'll see. I get in moods sometimes, but yeah, hopefully it'll be useful. I like entertaining people. I like telling stories. I like making them feel. And during even the last decade, the world has been such a chaotic place, and I think people need, in those times, I know when I go through difficult times and the world is complicated, I turn to art. I turn to poetry, music, movies, entertainment art. And so I think it's very important for us as wrestlers to be able to provide that to people, because we may not think about it all the time. And when we do, it may be from an egotistical standpoint for a lot of people, but the impact that wrestling can have on a person's life and their perspective and their outlook, you can give someone hope who didn't have any left. And that's huge. So being able to provide that is definitely one of the reasons that I got into wrestling, because I know what it's like to feel like that. And if I can lessen that for someone else, then, and express myself, tell my stories, have my own therapy session by being able to do all that in wrestling myself and do all these amazing things in the ring, then it's just a double win there. So
That's very well put.
Yeah, I love that.
Well put.
Another question. Number one fan, Joe Hale. Why is Sheets better than Wawa?
Thank you.
Sheets is better than Wawa. One, because I've known a few people that have gotten food poisoning. Wawa. Two, I don't really like sandwiches, so hoagies don't really do it for me. Wawa's mozzarella sticks suck, and cheese is like a thing. It's like one of the 4 food groups for me, and I love mozzarella sticks like a lot. So Wawa's mozzie sticks suck, and Sheets are awesome, and they have the app sampler, so I can get a bunch of other fried shit that's not good for me that I adore. Yeah, honestly, it's so funny because this whole Sheets versus Wawa thing, I don't think people realize this goes back like years for me, like years and years and years for me. I remember when I was like first in training, it's when I had my red hair era. Me and Gregory Iron got into an argument. That's actually how it started for me online, was we got into an argument over it years and years ago, and I made this fake wrestling poster. It was like Sheets versus Wawa, me versus him. Loser eats like a gross sandwich or something like that. Like that was the like thing. But like even like when Marcus was alive, like we were both like diehard Sheets people, and like anytime anyone would bring up Wawa, we're like, no, like not about it. And it was actually really funny because when this whole thing kicked off online and like became a thing, I randomly came across one of Marcus's posts about that, and it was like a map showing where they were building new Wawas, and he was like, fuck this, like we don't need any more Wawas, like we need some Sheets built. It was just really funny timing to see that. So yeah, so this is an ongoing battle for years and years and years. This has like been a thing. So yeah. I don't know. I guess the way you come up, you just end up in a gang, and Sheets is my ride to die gang.
As someone who also lived in Virginia, yeah, I do got to tip my hat off to Sheets, because Sheets does have amazing cheese fries.
Yeah, I
and
know,
a
right?
bunch of other stuff too. I mean, the menu on that is like ridiculous and does put Wawa to shame, but Wawa might catch up in some ways.
I think also too, like Sheets just has such an attitude as far as their marketing and stuff goes. Like they have such an attitude to them, and I have an attitude, so I think it's just one of those things where you just kind of like, Wawa doesn't really have an attitude. It's just kind of like a friendly gas station, where Sheets is kind of like a little more edgy. You know what I mean? So I think it's where all the bad kids go to get their 3 a.m. food, is like Sheets.
Sorry, Joe.
My opinion, Wawa went backwards with their food.
Yeah.
And Sheets Sheets got better food, but Wawa's got better coffee.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
there you go.
That's cool. Again, I was never such a like in a Sheets versus Wawa battle. Like obviously I'm gonna choose Sheets, but like I love Buc-ee's. Like I love Buc-ee's. Like I'm not just like only Sheets, no one else. Like Buc-ee's is fucking awesome. I dig, again, for that morning coffee, I'll hit up a Royal Farms. Like ain't no shame in the game. Like I dig Royal Farms too. So I don't necessarily get food there, but for my morning coffee, I'm like right there. So yeah. I just don't like Wawa very much. That's about it.
Sheets got better coffee than Royal Farms, that's for sure.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't. I think it's probably the add-ins. Royal Farms has a little bit more add-ins than Sheets does.
Yeah, true. Anything else? Any more final questions?
Yes, because Willie Tiny, because I shot the question. Oh yeah, I'm actually pointing correctly this time. Normally I got to do the math. Even though I answered the question to Angel Metro. Now let's see if Will can do this right. Oh, wrong. There we go. I corrected it. Let me give it to Will Veronica. Same thing. Past, present, future. When I say that, I mean if they're, if they happen to pass, if they're soon to be coming up, or the wrestlers now, who would be your dream booking as a general manager?
Oh,
As a general manager, you got the whole world to choose from that you could put in the ring, and it could be any style stipulation. And who would you like over in that? It could even be yourself if you would like.
It's not gonna be me.
Okay.
Let's see. It's gonna be Supreme for sure. And I mean, I'm just a nostalgia girl, so it's probably gonna be Supreme and Chaos.
Wow.
Yeah, uncle and
Awesome.
nephew battle it out yet again. Back in my day in XPW, with the Enterprise, with Joey Chaos, we really screwed old Uncle Lester over. um, and I mean, gosh, if we're really living in fantasy world, I would like to redo the fire spot with the right accelerant, so that we got like the cool flash of fire and everything, but like my friend didn't have to go to the hospital for a month afterwards.
Are you
amen.
talking about in kids
Amen.
fire spot? Which fire spot are you talking about?
It was a flaming table, and they handed me, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna, we're gonna take them up to the, the top turnbuckle, and we're gonna come down through this table. You're gonna light it on fire. Here's this stuff, pour it on the thing, and then light it on fire. And when I walked around with this thing all night. I didn't know any better. It was freaking Kingsford barbecue fluid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm walking around with it all night like an asshole, and like nobody knew better, I guess, back then, or nobody at XPW knew better back then. So here I'm dousing this table, and I was so nervous about it. I have one of those, barbecue lighter things or whatever. I couldn't get it, so the boys actually jumped in, and I rolled out, and they lit the table, and then Lester went, Supreme, went through it, and you can see it in the video when he cracks that table in half. Just a river from both sides just douses him, and then he ran around the ring, this flaming ball of human, running around the ring. And I'm still like, now that I'm a nurse and more like first aid minded, I'm like, where the fuck was the second fire extinguisher? Like, they were so worried about putting the ring out,
Right.
So I would say, like, I like to do a redo of that just so I could see Lester again, and hang out with Joey because I never get to, and just do it right.
Yeah.
Just do it right. Yeah.
Fair enough. Mike Stark actually said, "Wow."
Well, wow.
Yeah, he was impressed with
Those
that
two
one.
XPW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it off, so I couldn't finish saying it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Anything you want to touch on POR? You work for them also.
I don't. So, yeah. But best of luck. Will Veronica, I don't know if you were involved with the collab. She might have something to say. But
I don't. Unfortunately, we were going to do a collab this weekend and it fell through. So I haven't been down there yet, but it's on the list. I gotta, the tour to make. I got to get out of Philly. I gotta travel some more. So, but yeah, definitely, I'll be making it down to Virginia hopefully at some point. But Texas is coming in November, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. Got a few months to get myself in shape because whoever it is, that's going up against old Necro Butcher in Texas at Loco, I'm gonna be coming to the ring with them, and I can't wait. So, am I getting in fighting shape? Maybe.
Oh,
Sookie sooking
Oh,
then.
yeah. No, we're gonna have a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
I wouldn't want to fight Necro. Hell no.
Oh no, neither would I. I'm gonna stay away from him. I just might make light work of his traveling valet
Yeah.
for
Hey,
funsies.
if anybody can, she's hardcore.
It's gonna be such a like awesome like kind of nostalgia. Yeah, I dig it. That's cool.
Sure.
I'm
for
super
Epic.
excited for Loco in general. And Jaime's like he's so hype, like he's so fun, and yeah, and the fans, the Texas fans, like I'm just really excited to give him a good ribbing, show him how we do it in the big city, and you know we'll see. I think it's going to be a full. What am I calling it? The East West Tex Mex Death Fest.
Awesome.
That's not what the show's called, but that's what I'm calling it.
Mouthful.
Because Justin's Mexican, Jaime, I believe, is Mexican. I mean, Mexican American, whatever.
Yes.
We got that Tex-Mex thing going on. We got that East Coast thing going on, and we got
For
that.
sure.
It's a weekend, so it's a death fest. So, Angel Metro's not the only one that could write songs. I just wrote a rap right there.
Yeah, break it down.
Wow.
Wicka wicka.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. He's ready to take it home.
Yeah. Someone asked what my favorite weapon to use was.
Oh yeah.
I have ADHD, so I love fire. But pretty much anything that's like a loud, big explosion stuff. I had M80s in my bra the other weekend. Like, it gets crazy. So I love glass, like the way that it looks, but it's so unpredictable that it can't be a number one for me. I just love seeing, honestly, I love seeing other people's weapons, but like what they build. I like seeing new things. I like seeing things brought in that I've never seen before. Like we built, actually Ren built it for us at the Detroit Ryan Beaver's memorial thing with the goons. It was one of those plastic plates that they use to shatter, but someone brought this giant gusset plate in, like this big. I was like, dude, put that on that and hit someone with it. And then it ended up being me in the ass. But I've never seen this before. So yeah, anyways, just wanted to answer that. And as far as Angel's CZW TOD, at some point, I told Hyde, he's like, you're always welcome. I was like, hit me up if you want me there. If not, I've got stuff to do. But eventually, I will get, I swear, every single date that Hyde sends me, I already have a show booked. It's like random. I don't know why it's always the weekend he wants. Like, there's always something going on. But I will get there eventually. Thank you.
Get there.
All right. You still have to go nowhere, but we're going to end this. All right. This was